Dwight's finally king of Tulsa. Or is he? We're diving deep into every spoiler from this finale. If you haven't watched, pause now. This is full-on no-holds-barred recap territory. Hit that like button if you're Team Dwight, subscribe for more breakdowns, and drop in the comments, who do you think kidnapped him? FBI? Bevilaqua'? Let's break it down scene by scene. No fluff, just the good stuff. If you just streamed Season 3, Episode 4, Bourbon Blood, holy hell, that was a nail-biter. Dwight's clawing his way to Boo's empire glory, but Tyson's got him one wrong move from a body bag. We're unpacking every spoiler, twist, and that gut punch ending. Haven't watched? Hit pause. This is raw, unfiltered recap mode. Smash like if you're riding for Dwight's crew, sub for more breakdowns, and comment, will Tyson flip after this? FBI setup or Dunmire double cross? Let's dissect it frame by frame. Buckle up. We pick up right where Episode 3 left us, Tyson's crew, him, Goody, and the Bingo Bandits, blowing their winnings at Stroker's strip club. Tyson's all heart eyes for Serenity, the dancer spilling her dreams of ditching Tulsa for something real. Cute, right? Wrong. Cut to black. Next morning, Tyson's zip-tied in a dingy warehouse, Cole, that slimy bingo hustler from last EP, looming with a pistol. You think you can scam me and walk? Turns out, Cole rigged the bingo to lure M in, but Tyson's envelope of Dwight's cut? That's the spark. Cole's men rough him up bad, punches, threats, demanding the farm's protection money. Tyson's tough, mouthing off about loyalty, but Cole cocks the hammer. Sweat dripping close-up, is this the end for our boy? Meanwhile, Dwight's knee-deep in bourbon wars. The Montague distillery's humming, Mark's got the bottling line cranking that 50-year-old secret reserve, the one Theo died for. But distribution? Still a mess after Jeremiah's goons scared off suppliers. Dwight rolls up on Walden, the shaky distributor from EP3, who's hiding in his office post-beatdown from Jeremiah's crew. Dwight's pitch? Ice cold, I protect what's mine. You move our booze, or next time it's not just bruises. Walden caves, signs on the dotted line. Boom, Dwight's got a pipeline to shelves. But Cleo's subplot simmers, she's venting to Mitch about Dwight treating the distillery like a cash grab, not family legacy. Mitch, ever the romantic, takes her on a joyride in that old car, reminiscing. Cleo's torn, drive the deal or bail. Dwight gets a creepy-ass invite from Musso, you know, the New York whisperer pulling strings. No call, no text, just a driverless Tesla pulling up outside his spot, honking like a ghost. Dwight spooked, Sly sells that paranoia gold, but he hops in. Blind drop to a foggy warehouse meet. Musso's there with quiet Ray's shadow, spilling tea, New York's eyes on Tulsa. They want in on the bourbon, 30% cut or blood. Dwight pushes back, this is my town. You want a taste? Earn it. Tense stares, no shots. Yet. But plot twist, Musso slips that Jeremiah Dunmire's the real puppet master. That fire at Theo's? Not random. All right, Episode 3, the G and the OG, was straight fire, literally. Dwight's bourbon empire is booming, but the Dunmire family's not having it. Tyson, our young gun, goes full spy mode on Cole Dunmire at Stroker's strip club, but gets snatched by Cole's crew. Blindfolded in a warehouse, staring down a shotgun, talk about tension. But plot armor activates, Mitch and body track him via phone, roll up in that bulletproof Cybertruck, Elon would be proud, and bust him out in a hail of bullets. Tyson escapes, but not without dropping a warning to Cole, war's on. Meanwhile, Dwight's playing diplomat with Jeremiah Dunmire, but Agent Musso, that fed with a grudge from Dwight's old New York days, is stirring the pot. Cleo, fed up, straight up sets fire to Jeremiah's land as payback. And the kicker? Cole's goons raid Dwight's storage, swiping his secret bourbon stash. Dwight's left fuming, team tensions are high, and Musso's vendetta is bubbling. If the premiere of Tulsa King Season 3 felt like a bit of a corrective to a lackluster second season, Episode 3 feels like it's proving a point and then some. We've already had tense sit-downs between Dwight and the new big bad, Jeremiah Dunmire. We've roped in almost every surviving character from the previous 2 seasons, and we're starting to genuinely imperil the core cast. Things are getting serious, they're already serious, and they're going to get even more serious very quickly. This is what you want from a show like Tulsa King. Taylor Sheridan can be prone to bouts of self-indulgent excess, and that sort of thing can derail a season. These tight episode runtimes don't provide much leeway, so I'd rather a bit less depth and build-up, especially since a lot of these relationships and dynamics have been developing for a while. Before we unload the chaos of Episode 4, let's rewind to that gut-punch ending of the G and the OG. Dwight's out here playing 4D chess with his new distillery empire, but things go sideways fast. Tyson's living his best life at Stroker's strip club, throwing stacks like it's nothing, but boom, Cole Dunmire's goons snatch him up. They drag him to some abandoned warehouse, and Cole's got him staring down the barrel of a shotgun, ready to paint the walls red for messing with the family business. Meanwhile, Dwight's on a creepy road trip with that shady Fed, Agent Musso, the guy with a personal grudge from Dwight's pre-prison days. They pull up to a sit-down with Jeremiah Dunmire, who's got his local muscle surrounding them like it's a bad western. Dwight ain't backing down from the distillery fight, but the feds are circling, and that secret 50-year bourbon stash. It just fell right into Dunmire's lap. Meanwhile, Grace, Tyson and Bodytail Cole Dunmire in the least possible of stealth vehicles, Tyson's Tesla Cybertruck. They follow Jeremiah's son to a warehouse, and when they follow him inside, they find a bingo game full of senior citizens. So they sit and play. Goody shows up mid-game. I thought we were about to get into something nefarious, Grace explains sheepishly, explaining her reason for calling him. Goody looks around for 2 seconds and clocks that Cole and his goons are running a scam. And he proves it by interfering with the age-old con so that Tyson wins. Cole is super mad, but he pays Tyson rather than make a huge scene in front of the marks, a clientele. Dwight's crew go to a strip club named Stroker's, side note, eye roll, after, and Tyson throws around so much cast that a dancer named Serenity takes him back to a private room. They talk about their individual futures. She's got dreams, you see, she just wants to get out of Tulsa. When their intimate moment is interrupted by Cole, who puts his gun to Tyson's head. It was sitting on Theodore Montague's 50-year-old bourbon, the secret reserve that was supposed to make Manfredi millions, falls into Dunmire hands at the end of this week's Tulsa King. And the worst part about it? A member of Dwight's crew is responsible, though can you really blame him, given the circumstances? If you watched, you know what I'm talking about. And if you didn't, keep reading for the highlights of the G and the OG. Agent Musso contacts Dwight and says he's got a mission for him, and he'll send a car. Dwight dodges his suspicious sister's questions and gets in the ride when it arrives. It's a self-driving car, which freaks Dwight the fudge out to the point that he pulls his gun and tries to kill the driverless vehicle. Sounds weird, but it's quite who will never resort to indecision or non-action. These types of characters are the bread and butter of Taylor Sheridan's slate of Paramount Plus series, and Dwight is easily among the most entertaining, right on par with Billy Bob Thornton's Tommy Norris in Landman. Dwight is also faced with more pressure from every angle than ever before in the Tulsa King Season 3 premiere. Although Chicky is gone, Quiet Ray looks to be double the threat that Chicky ever was, and Dunmire is truly terrifying, backed by a warped sense of divine providence and manifest destiny. Not to mention the persistent Musso watching Dwight's every move and the ongoing friction from Bevilaqua'S. That said, the upped scale and stakes don't take away from the more light-hearted moments rooted in the chemistry between Dwight's gang of misfits. Headland's Mitch has enough charisma to front his own Sheridan series, while Martin Starr's hilarious body reveals that he's got a dark side of his own that should not be tested. Spencer, played by Stallone's daughter Scarlett Rose, seems to be finding a bigger role in the series as well, still far away from the main action. Garrett Hedlund is given a bigger role than just a supporting character in Tulsa King Season 3, Episode 2. In fact, he's almost on the level of being a co-protagonist with Dwight, as evidenced by his new love interest, Cleo, and his bare-knuckles fight scene, placing him in the spotlight more than ever. The supporting gang of misfits in Tulsa King Season 3 still offers some of the lighter notes in the series, even if they come by less frequently. Dwight's sister, Joanne, is also getting more involved in the business, which makes for a better contribution than her weed store's baked goods in Season 2. That said, Dwight's daughter, Tina, may only be relevant as a vulnerability as the stakes continue to surge. This has always been a gangster show, but it's entering a much darker territory designed to drive adrenaline and tension that make it hard to continue calling it a feel-good dad show. Prime Video's Reacher follows a similar strategy with its third season, going darker and placing the protagonist in a heightened role, but it never loses a sense of the type of show protagonist, Dwight Manfredi, in an incredibly compromising position that jeopardizes all of his operations in Tulsa, Oklahoma, after his Kansas City rival turned business partner, Bill Bevilaqua, took out the relentless Chickie in the Tulsa King Season 2 finale. Dwight appeared to finally be going legit with his various businesses, including Body's weed shop and Mitch Keller's budding car dealership. That ship quickly sailed as he's pinned by FBI agent Musso, forced to do his bidding with a smile to avoid spending the rest of his life back in prison. A new Season 3 antagonist emerges in the form of the diabolical and self-righteous Jeremiah Dunmire, who shockingly has his longtime friend Theo Montague killed after Theo chose to accept Dwight's offer to buy his exceptional distillery. There's a chance that Theo may still be alive, but Dwight will undoubtedly be hunting down Dunmire moving forward, perhaps starting with his hot-headed son, Cole. The Tulsa King Season 3 premiere saw the return of several fan-favorite characters, including the overly eager Tyson, the sharpshooting Grace, the hilarious giant Bigfoot, Dwight's slick-talking sister Joanne, and Dwight's Season 2 love interest, Margaret. New Season 3 characters include a dangerous New York mafia boss known as Quiet Ray, who wants a piece of Tulsa, Cleo Montague, Mitch's old flame and Theo's daughter, and the upcoming arrival of Samuel L. Jackson's Nola King. Tulsa King Season 3's premiere raises the scale and UPS the stakes. The Tulsa King Season 3 premiere may feel a bit choppy at first, but it really does an excellent job of setting a solid foundation for the rest of the 9-episode season to build from. Just about every story and character aspect feels fully evolved, even though the whole of Tulsa King takes place over just a matter of months. The Tulsa King Season 3 premiere may feel a bit choppy at first, but it really does an excellent job of setting a solid foundation for the rest of the 9-episode season to build from. Just about every story and character aspect feels fully evolved, even though the whole of Tulsa King takes place over just a matter of months. Stallone is his usual powerhouse of masculine bravado and old-school charm in Tulsa King Season 3, embodying the true spirit of a tried-and-tested capo. His unwavering character makes for a great protagonist who will never resort to indecision or non-action. These types of characters are the bread and butter of Taylor Sheridan's slate of Paramount Plus series, and Dwight is easily among the most entertaining, right on par with Billy Bob Thornton's Tommy Norris in Landman. Dwight is also faced with more pressure from every angle than ever before in the Tulsa King Season 3 premiere. Although Chickie is gone, Quiet Ray looks to be double the threat that Chickie ever was, and Dunmire is truly terrifying, backed by a warped sense of divine providence and manifest destiny. Not to mention the persistent Musso watching Dwight's every move and the ongoing friction from Bevilaqua. That said, the upped scale and stakes don't take away from the more light-hearted moments rooted in the chemistry between Dwight's gang of misfits. Headland's Mitch has enough charisma to front his own Sheridan series, while Martin Starr's hilarious body reveals that he's got a dark side of his own that should not be tested. Spencer, played by Stallone's daughter Scarlett Rose, seems to be finding a bigger role in the series as well. Episode 2 ends with a visit from Jeremiah Dunmire at the casino. The latter berates Dwight about the Dunmires' deep ties and supposed culture of honor, and Jeremiah's personal code of honor, that Dwight supposedly interrupted. So given your intrusion, I am obligated to destroy everything you have built, and everyone you love, piece by piece, limb by limb, for my and my descendants' sake. Manfredi responds that when his people are threatened, I will snatch away your meaningless existence, and everything that you and your descendants built, and the thing is, I'm gonna have fun doing it. Dwight says Dunmire's there because he's scared. Your empire is in danger, Dunmire. I'm gonna take it from you. All of it, every bit. Then 10 more, then 20 more, on the back of what you and your kin built. Jeremiah leaves with a final threat, and the pair part as dedicated adversaries. Last season's antagonists found a way to stick around, even become reluctant partners. the only way this conflict ends is in blood. It may be this season or in a future one, but it's inevitable.